Calling to order the Municipality of Monroeville's regular council meeting for Tuesday, April 8th, 2025 is approximately 7 p.m. Would all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Could I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Grieslock?
Here.
Mr. Hizzy?
Here.
Mr. Poach?
Here.
Mr. Stevenson?
Here.
Mr. Krutt?
Here.
Mr. Adams?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Biondo?
Here.
Mr. Graziani?
Here.
Mr. Ratcher?
Here.
Ms. Rock?
Here.
Mr. Hugus?
Here.
Mr. Sedlak?
Here.
Mr. Weldon?
Here.
Mrs. Lang?
Here.
Welcome. This is our regular council meeting for the month of April. We had a Citizens Night and an agenda-setting meeting 1 week ago on April 1st, but tonight is a voting meeting. It is our regular council meeting. We're going to have a public comment period for proposed agenda items only. This is for Monroeville residents and taxpayers. Speakers are given 5 minutes to speak and are to only address items on the proposed agenda. We'll have you sign in if there's anyone that wants to do so. There will be another comment period at the end of this same meeting for any municipal item. But now I'll leave the floor open for public comment on agenda items. If there's anyone that would like to speak about items on the agenda, now would be your chance to do so.
I've already signed in, Mayor.
Thank you.
My name is Robert Serafini, and I live in Monroeville. I just have a couple comments on last week. First of all, there was one thing that happened last week I did not like. I don't know who did it, the planning commission, you guys what, but you've already approved the parking spaces for this building that they want to talk about tonight. I don't think that's right. That should have been after the building had been approved. That's when you should do that kind of stuff. That's my first comment. My second work, Mr. Stevens brought up about the paperwork. Did they get the paperwork to you guys?
They did.
Did they? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. My last one, the only thing I have against what was on last week, Mr. Stevenson also brought up the fact about having someone as a guard. And they said there was a technician. That I don't approve of. Definitely should be a damn guard there. Definitely right there. Not a technician, someone who's just milling around. A guard should be there. They have ample security to keep you from getting into the place, as they expressed last week. But the guard, no. That's one comment I think everybody should think about and approve a guard.
Thank you, Bob.
I will leave the floor open for comment on agenda items only.
I signed in already.
Great. Just state your name for the record
Heidi
again, please.
DeWitt. I am a Monroeville resident. I live in Glenwood. My concern is, in the event that this is going to go through, I think as living a mile and a half away, I don't have a feeling of safety in my community, knowing that there is not a guard or guards. I work at a key swipe. I work at the UPG building downtown. Professionals, they're still holding the door. You can easily get out with a key card if it's lost. Point is I think there needs to be a stronger security in this building. And I cannot say that if this is approved, that it can be approved knowing the lacks of security standards.
I'll leave the comment period open for any agenda item. Seeing none, I'm going to close the public comment period for agenda items. I have an executive session announcement. The council conducted an executive session last Tuesday, April 1st, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., and on Tuesday, this evening, April 8th, 2025, from 6 p.m. to approximately 7 p.m. for matters pertaining to legal, personnel, and/or real estate. council legislative action, if any, will be taken at tonight's April 8th council meeting. Council members, the approval of the minutes for this month. We are considering the Citizens Night meeting of March 4th, 2025, and the council work session meeting of March 4th, 2025.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any questions or comments about those minutes, council? Hearing none, there is a motion and a second to approve. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy.
Aye.
Mr. Poach.
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Crut.
Aye.
Mr. Adams.
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Biondo.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Reports of the tax collections. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
There is a motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments, council? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo.
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Adams.
Aye.
Mr. Crut.
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson.
No.
Mr. Poach.
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy.
Aye.
The ayes have it. List of bills and budget transfers. Is there a motion to approve these items?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy.
Aye.
Mr. Poach.
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Crut.
Aye.
Mr. Adams.
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Biondo.
Aye.
The ayes have it. And the payroll report.
Motion to approve.
Second.
There is a motion, a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo.
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Adams.
Aye.
Mr. Crut.
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Poach.
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Approval of bids and proposals, we have two to consider this evening, the 2025 commodity bids and the 2025 surplus vehicle equipment auction. And if we could take them individually, is there a motion for the commodity bids?
Motion to approve.
Second.
There is a motion, a second to approve. Any comment or discussion about these items?
Do you want me to read them into the record?
Is it all right to,
I think you should read that.
Okay, so just quickly, you have on March 29th dated a memorandum from the Public Works Director and Jamie Story. I'm just going to go through them as you have them enumerated there. So the first is crack sealant. The apparent low bidder is Sealmaster. That's recommendation for 2 items as detailed on the white sheets. Next is for bituminous paving materials. Now, items 1 through 3 were Tresco Paving. They were the low bidder. And items 4 and 5 were Russell Standard. Guide rail, items 1 through 11 were Green Acres Contracting. And for guide rail, these were the materials only. The first one was items 1 through 11, furnish and install, and then furnish material only. The low was Penn Line Services. For reinforced concrete products, items 1 through 6 and item 16, those were Culverts, Inc. And for items 7 through 15 and 17 and 18, those items were LB Water Services, Inc. Sign material, items 1 through 30 is Osborne Associates. Items 31 through 33, and items 35 through 41, 42 through 44, and then finally, item 47 was also Osborne. The other bidder was Chemung for item number 34. Those are the galvanized steel U-channel signposts, and they were the one bidder for that commodity. You remember when you get these, we estimate quantities. They bid a price, and really what you're accepting is that price. We may or may not bid that quantity in any given year. Storm sewer grates and frames, risers, and lids, items 1 through 6 and 15 through 19 were Ferguson Enterprise LLC, and Chemung was items number 7 through 14. Sewer pipes, as far as the culvert, or I'm sorry, items 1 through 11 would be culverts, and then items 12 through 16 would be Ferguson Enterprises. I think I got that right. Sometimes it gets a little faded here, so it's hard
It
for me
does. You're right.
to see. And I think that covers all of them.
Make
Okay,
a motion
and-
to approve.
Yep, we do have a motion second already to approve. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, I have one
Is there
question.
a second?
Miss-
Second.
There was, yes.
When we buy these risers, who do we supply these risers to, or is it just used for borough work?
They're for maintenance work, or for the Public Works Department,
That's to bring
yes.
the road up to.
Yeah, depending on
level.
what we're doing with the road, because we get the risers in different heights, depending on the thickness of the
Yeah.
road or what we're doing to the road.
Yeah, but that keeps
And
them
we
level with the
also,
road surface.
yeah, we also supply them whenever we're milling and paving, depending on what the thickness of that is. So we'll drop the risers off before the paving starts to have the correct height, unlike Monroeville Boulevard.
I can't believe they just paved over the manholes down there.
Yeah.
That was my
Answer me this.
Details.
When we hire pavers, do we require them to put them in and keep the road up to level?
Yes.
So they're not making potholes?
Yes.
Okay,
And we have an inspector on site at the time to make sure that happens.
okay, thank you. But that's in the original bid, that they'll put them risers in and bring the road to,
Yes, and again, the risers come in different heights depending on what you're doing.
yes, thank you.
And Mr. Hugus, all of these are either companies that we have dealt with before, that we're comfortable with. Obviously, the best price for all of the items, or some of these items, we're just getting the best price because it's not like it's companies providing
Correct. I
it.
mean, some of it is, we don't always exceed the bidding threshold with the materials, but we try to get the better price through the commodity bids. That way, we keep out of the doghouse of the finance director.
She's tough.
She is.
Good, she'll put that in her report.
As she tells me, she gets brave behind a keyboard sometimes, yells at me.
Very good. Any other questions or comments, council? Okay, we do have a motion and a second to approve all of the commodity bids that Mr. Graziani just outlined. So motion, or roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Crett?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poach? I'm
Aye. The ayes have it. We had it without Poach,
wanted to
too.
make sure you were paying attention.
All right,
I am, I'm diligently taking notes.
very
I
good.
can do.
And we are on to the next item. It's our 2025 surplus vehicle equipment auction. Is there a motion on this item?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second to approve. Mr. Graziani, if you want to give an overview of this as well.
Yeah, the vehicles are listed in a sheet. It's a landscape sheet like this you should have in your packet. It was laying in front, I think, this evening when you got here. It looks like we totaled out, Joe, at $33,339.69. So I think we did pretty well.
We did. We did very well, actually. Better than I thought.
Did everything move?
Everything moved. We even had a gentleman fly in from Northern California and drive the Crown Vic back yesterday.
What?
Did you hear from him yet? Halfway?
Which state's he in now?
Once it leaves our property, it's his.
It's it.
It made it over the municipal boundary.
Wasn't Fred.
Does he know we use salt out here? Okay, very good.
Josh didn't buy none of them.
So there is a motion, a second to approve these items. Any other questions or comments, council? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Yep.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Crett?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Moving on to our approval of development applications. And once again, all these items that we're voting on, they were all discussed and reviewed at last week's April 1st agenda-setting meeting. On to item 10, 25-1-C, Love and Bright Beginnings. This is a conditional use approval. We did have a hearing last Tuesday. Mr. Graziani, please.
The applicant, Laurel Land Company, is requesting conditional use approval pursuant to Article 5, Section 504.L, Child Care Center, principal use, of the Monroeville zoning ordinance, number 2779, to permit the operation of a child daycare business. The property is located at 4328 Northern Pike, Suites 101, 105, and 107, as identified as tax parcel 856-S-012 in the Boulevard zoning district. As was noted, there was a hearing last week, and the Planning Commission recommends approval of this application with conditions that are included in your packet as part of the resolution for your consideration.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
There is a motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments, council?
Comment?
Yes, Mr. Williams.
As you know, Monroeville has a planning commission who is a vital part of council. They do the legwork. And when they get into some of these situations, they go see the property, they investigate it, they ask all the right questions, and when they give it to us, usually all the Ts are crossed and the dots are, and I want the planning commission to know that I appreciate them as being part of it, and some of us been part of it years past. So when they make a recommendation, usually it's a good recommendation, and I just want you to know the planning commission is a volunteer outfit, and they do a great job for Monroeville. Thank you.
I agree. Any other questions or comments about this item? There is a motion and a second to approve. Roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Crett?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Good luck with your project. Next item, 25-2-C, Pyramid Healthcare Incorporated, conditional use approval. Mr. Graziani, please.
The applicant, Pyramid Healthcare, Inc., is requesting conditional use approval pursuant to Article 5, Section 504.CC, Substance Abuse Treatment Facility of the Monroeville zoning ordinance, number 2779, to permit the operation of a substance abuse facility. The property address is 279 Center Road and identified as tax parcel 743-D-303 in the Boulevard zoning district. As noted already, there was a hearing of this last week. It's come through the Planning Commission with recommendations as included in the attached resolution for your consideration.
Council, is there a motion for this item?
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
There is a motion and a second to approve. Any questions or comments on this item?
Comment.
Mr. Williams, please.
Is your question about parking, when they go to the zoning hearing board and they get a variance for whatever it is, that's a legal decision. Council cannot overturn that. The only ones can overturn that is the courts system. So when they make a decision, we have no right to ask any questions about that.
May I ask something else?
Yeah,
Well,
Mr. Mayor?
if you could hold that thought, please.
How about if I add this? They go to the zoning hearing board first to determine whether or not they even want to go forward. Like, if they weren't going to get that variance, they may decide not to go forward. That's why they want to go to the zoning hearing board before they come to council.
Thank you. Other questions or comments about this item, council? There is a motion and a second to approve. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Crett?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
No.
Mr. Williams?
No.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Moving over to our motions. Mr. Graziani, please.
The first motion is to approve the property disposition for the Tri-Cog Land Bank for property located on Willow Drive, lot and block number 640-K-118.
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
Motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Crett?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next item.
This is a similar motion. It's to approve the property disposition for the Tri-Cog Land Bank for property located at 736 Patton Street Extension, lot and block number 544-R-18.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Crett?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Number 14. Mr.
This motion is related to a presentation made last week by Councilmember Poach. It was also part of a discussion he even had on Saturday at another presentation he made publicly. So this is a motion to facilitate a fire EMS analysis necessary to drafting the 5-year, 2026 to 2030, agreement between the Monroeville Volunteer Fire Department and the Municipality of Monroeville.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments?
Question.
Yes, Mr. Williams.
On this motion, is there going to be a cost to this?
I'm sure there will be, Bob. We got to get that started, to find out how much and how far it is.
This
It'll
is
come
just
back
to
council.
negotiate, to start the negotiations.
That's correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank
That'd be
you.
correct.
Internally, at this point.
Well, there'll be a cost. We're going to have some assistance, I'm sure, when we look through the equipment and do some assessments of that equipment.
Yeah.
We really need to get a handle on both the statistics related to call volume type and response and the performance measures related to that and the vehicles. And if you recall, again, Mr. Poach went through some of those elements of the questions we're trying to answer, because at the end of the day, just looking at that capital budget, these items will be a part of that capital budget. And we've really got to have a handle on what it is everybody agrees here that we need to be purchasing.
And any costs involved with this would be coming back in front of council anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and that fleet assessment, Bob, is a basis of a portion of the ordinance that we developed for the agreement between fire departments and us.
Very
Good
good.
question, good question.
Any other questions or comments about this item? No. Hearing none, this is, there is a motion and a second to approve. Roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Crett?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next item.
The next three items relate to ordinances that are, need to be advertised before consideration and adoption. So the first one is a motion to advertise an ordinance to extend Orchard Lane, amending the length accepted in ordinance number 227 from what it is now, 2,534 feet, and extending it to 2,713 feet.
Ordinance?
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
No.
Mr. Crett?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
The second one is a motion to advertise an ordinance to enact truck restrictions on Jamison Lane.
Make a motion to,
We have a motion.
yes,
You'll second it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Hizzy. Motion second to approve. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, question, what was it that, just can't recall, what was it that prompted the event to do this for Jameson? Was it the commercial access to the facilities there?
What's
Advertising ordinance to enact truck
tractor trailers that were coming in Jamison, going into the Bechtel entrance for another business
Okay,
that is refurbing stainless steel. And the GPSs were bringing the trucks around that
around,
way,
that's how I,
instead of going through through Wingate.
Wingate, okay, I'm following you now, thank you.
Any other questions or comments, council?
And this is like a no over some tonnage.
45-foot trailers.
Okay.
It's a length type.
Length, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, would not bother if a fire truck had to go in there.
They fit now.
Don't block them at all. Okay,
They can ignore the signs.
okay.
Well,
Bechtel stops us, but they,
they're going in there now, right, with 45-foot trailers? They're not blocking anything or holding anything up?
Well, first of all, back in November, I believe, the resident called that a truck couldn't make that turn into the Bechtel entrance where it was going. It backed up, hit a telephone pole, and went into the yard. There was a police report made.
Okay.
And then since then, it's not an everyday occurrence, but periodically during the month, these truckers are coming through. And it's basically a tractor trailer. It's not actual trucks. And some of them can't make that bend without have to back up.
yeah, because of curbage.
I haven't spoke to Bechtel, but I think that they should be a little concerned with trucks, strange trucks going through a federal government building without stopping them.
Well, they do have another good access.
right, the commercial access behind the post office.
And plus the trucks, I'm not sure of the weight, they're not coming in loaded, they're usually coming in empty to pick up, but still, they don't belong on our, residential streets.
Yeah, there's no, the other entrance is, behind the post offices,
Right.
to Eric's point, where there is no,
Right.
Can we put
Residents.
a weight limit on that road also?
They would have to have a study to be able to post it. That's not what we're requesting here. This request is simply to enforce the restrictions of the length.
Good move.
Yeah.
And we have something on the books that tells us what that length is?
I don't-
Well, that's what so that's what we'll be discussing next month, because we're just,
This
what
is
we're
to
voting on this
advertise,
evening is
yeah.
just to advertise the ordinance. So as far as the details, we'll get into that next month.
Okay,
I think particularly like the 53-foot length.
okay.
It's over 46 or 47.
There's a PennDOT standard that shows what the length of the vehicle is. That's what the purpose of this is. Even though that you still have to do an engineering and traffic study to support the ordinance, the signage is already up. The police can write it, but the problem is there's no ordinance that supports it. We still have to do a study to show that with the ordinance.
And Chief
As far
Cole,
as far as the weights, to do a weight limit, you'd have to do a traffic and engineering study to show that the roads can't withhold the weight of a vehicle. And then on top of that, you would have to have scales to weigh vehicles to make sure that they're over the weight limit, which is another layer of problems. So the easier way to approach this is with length
And that's also the issue.
instead of weight.
And it's also the issue that the length of the truck is the real issue with
Correct.
with this.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So there is a motion, and a second, to approve this, to advertise this ordinance for consideration for next month. So roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Poe?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
aye.
The ayes have it. Next item.
A motion to advertise an ordinance providing for text amendments to various sections of ordinance number 2779, the Monroeville zoning ordinance.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
There is a motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poe?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Moving to our resolutions for this evening. Mr. Graziani, please.
First resolution is appointing Catherine Manners as a member-at-large to the Ward 5 vacancy on the library board for one term that will expire on December 31st, 2027. Ms. Manners was nominated February 11th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
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 Motion second to approve. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Next item.
It's a resolution authorizing the advertising for bids for the 2025 road resurfacing program for the attached list of roadways throughout Monroeville. And again, this evening was, in addition to what was handed out last week, was the report itself of the pavement conditions within the municipality that kind of backs up and supplements what was included in the list of roads to be resurfaced and paved.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion, a second to approve. Any questions or comments about this item or the road resurfacing program? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Next is a resolution exonerating the real estate tax collector from the collection of uncollected taxes for the year 2024 in the amount of $223,043.98.
Make a motion to approve.
And second.
There's a motion and a second to approve. Questions or comments? Another comment I'll add, I've added this last week as well, and I do it every time we bring this up every year, that it's not that we are exonerating these taxes completely, it just means that this is now going to our delinquent tax collector, but we're still going to pursue these delinquent taxes. You still have to pay your taxes. So we do have a motion and a second to approve. Roll call, please.
Mr. Biondo?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
Aye.
Mr. Adams?
Aye.
Mr. Crut?
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson?
No.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Hizzy?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next item.
These, as you can see, they're all related to the similar situation, but it's a resolution adopting the Penn Monroe Shops Lot 1 sewage planning module located at 3995 William Penn Highway.
Do we want to do all four of these together?
That's what I was going to say, we could,
Do them all together.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. And as we got the explanation last week, this is all the same property, but they are just subdividing it. It's the new plaza where Aldi and Mission Barbecue is. So there is a motion and a second to approve. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy.
Aye.
Mr. Poach.
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Crett.
Aye.
Mr. Adams.
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Biondo.
Aye.
The ayes have it. And item number 25.
Just for avoidance of doubt there, just want to confirm that items 21, 22, 23, and 24 were all part of that affirmative motion.
Right.
Yes, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Ratcher. Item number 25.
A resolution to request a Pennsylvania Small Water and Sewer Program grant for $500,000 from the Commonwealth Financing Authority to be used for stormwater sewer rehabilitation.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second to approve. Any questions or comments?
Question,
Mr. Williams?
is this $500 grant, is this working with the municipal authority?
No, this will be utilizing our stormwater utility, and as we mentioned last week, this will be lining storm sewer pipes. Instead of digging them out, we're going to be hopefully able to line them and keep them from infiltrating and having other issues.
Okay, thank you.
Will we have to add any money to this, or is this a grant we'll just receive?
It's a 15% match. 15% of 15%, so 15% is $75,000.
Well, the only thing that I was looking at, it says water and sewer. Probably shouldn't have sewer in there at all, should just be water.
So that's the name of the program from the grant, and the state grant program is inclusive of other grant types, including water systems, sanitary sewer systems, and storm sewer systems.
Yeah, Bob, just to explain that a little, last week 2 weeks ago at our water authority meeting, they did approve for it to go after grant money also, under the same grant for the source.
Okay,
So any help that you guys can have with the state legislature would be great. So the authority doesn't get it and we get it.
yeah, all right.
It is
Everybody
competitive.
gets it.
Yeah, it's
We
very,
both
it's a very
can't get it.
competitive program.
Yes.
Well, sure.
Very good. There is a motion and a second to approve. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Hizzy.
Aye.
Mr. Poach.
Aye.
Mr. Stevenson.
Aye.
Mr. Crett.
Aye.
Mr. Adams.
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
Aye.
Mr. Biondo.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Moving to reports of municipal staff. Mr. Ratcher.
Nothing to report. I don't want to interrupt for a period of time here. Mr. Graziani's a filibuster, so
Ooh,
keep him going.
Very good. Mr. Graziani, the floor is yours.
Just, we've given you drafts of the capital improvements program, the budget, the plan, and like, MK is available, I'm available to go through items. But again, the next draft will have more details about the revenue side of it, and there'll be another couple months to work through that. It's a lot. We'll also be including, Mr. Adams was asking about detailing the last iterations of draft capital improvements programs and the expenditures that have been made related to that. So there was a draft in 2023, and what have we purchased out of that list of products? And that's part of what we'll be going back, I think, 10 years at least, looking at capital expenditure. So you have a framework to understand the tolerance of expenditures annually, and that will help guide, what we're spending over the next 5 years. That's all.
Very good. Thank you. Ms. Lang, anything this evening?
Just to piggyback off of Manager Graziani, is that if you do have questions or if you just want to schedule some time, I can be available during regular hours, or if you're more available in the evening, I can do some evening hours too. If you just want to hop on a Zoom or a Teams call and go over anything in the budgets, we're available for you.
Thank you. I would encourage anybody to speak with her during regular business hours, please. But thanks for the offer. Mr. Hugus, anything?
No, I'm good. That means you.
Ms. Rock?
Nothing tonight.
Thank you. Very good. Okay, I'm going to open the floor for public comment on any municipal item. Same standards as earlier, 5-minute time limit for Monroeville residents and taxpayers. If you would like to address council on any municipal item, now would be your chance to do so. Seeing none, we're going to close that comment period.
I'd like to speak.
Now's your chance.
When you were.
You got to come up to the microphone and sign in, and then you'll state your name. You'll state your name for the record. Could you just wait till you get to the microphone before you start speaking? Then that way we get it all on the record. We could all hear you.
Sure, I got it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
When you were
State your
approving
name.
pyramid.
If you could just state your name for the record.
My name is Albert Lardo. I've been 30-year resident here in Monroeville.
Welcome, Albert.
Multiple properties here, taxpayer.
I wanted to speak with with council regarding your pyramid approval, because there's many, many problems with these people, okay? If you go online, you can see how many problems they have with staff, with criminals, but you didn't give me a chance to speak.
We had a public comment period at the start of the meeting.
I didn't hear it.
You came in afterwards.
I came in afterwards?
The meeting started at 7 PM. We had a public comment period. We had a few
I'm talking about
speakers.
the approval for these people.
Yeah, we had a public comment period at the beginning of the meeting. It's in the agenda for this item. And we had it. It was before you got here this evening.
I got here about 7 after, so that was the end of the tune. I missed something where I could have spoken. Okay. I'm very, very disappointed in this whole deal. This situation is going to take Monroeville further down. It's just going to. These people house many, many people that have problems with drugs and criminal backgrounds. And I feel sorry for the people of Monroeville. It's, of all places, in the heart of Monroeville, not in an isolated hillside somewhere, away from people. That's right where all the kids are. And I'm very disappointed. I have documentation. I wanted you guys to see. Even the people that work there said it's the most disgusting place in the world. People are beating each other up while they're there. And most people that work there quit. So I don't know. I thought I had a chance to speak.
We should have brought that up at the hearing last week.
I did say that at the hearing. I did say at the public.
Yeah, you spoke at the conditional use hearing, so that, your comments were in the record last week as
Yeah, but
well, so you spoke.
Nobody even gave me a chance to speak. I got.
Well, we definitely had a public comment period at the beginning of this meeting. You just happened to come in late. I'm sorry, but it was open to everybody. We had numerous people
I am
that.
sorry, too, because
We had numerous
I
people
wanted
that
to have a
spoke
chance to
at 7
speak.
o'clock when the meeting
And I was hoping
started.
you guys would table this and do an investigation on these people before you approve it.
Sir.
I really am upset.
Sir, for clarification,
Yes.
we have ordinances and we have building codes that when somebody submits something to build, if they meet those ordinances and building codes, we have to approve that.
I understand.
If we
building.
don't,
Yeah.
then we're going to spend taxpayer money to go to court, and we're going to lose, and they're going to build it anyway.
Sir, I understand construction. I've done
Okay.
that all my life.
All right, well,
We're not talking about sticks and mortar and bricks. We're talking about what you're bringing into the town.
well,
Nothing to do with the construction. I don't care about that. It's what you're going to bring into this town. And I'm very, very upset. I've tried to get a hold of the mayor, and he calls back. So that's all. I brought documentation so you guys can look at it, where the company actually redacted the testimony of the people that work there, blurred it all out so you can't even read it. If you go online and look, there's 450 different claims about this company. There's one in Wilkinsburg that a friend of mine who's a probation officer, which I won't name, he says, above all costs, Monroeville needs to avoid that. It's a zoo. So, sorry, guys. I tried to be helpful.
thank you, sir.
Thank you for your comments. I'll leave the floor open for comment for any municipal item. Seeing none, we're going to close the public comment period and move over to reports of our council members. Mr. Hizzy, anything?
I have none at this time, sir.
Mr. Poach.
Two things. As many of you know, we were at the League of Municipalities Conference this past weekend, and to our point about discussing we met with the elected officials in their presentation. Interestingly enough, some of the, Dr. Arvin is a state representative from the North Hills area too, had brought that forward about some of the issues that we talked about, EMS reimbursement, including things such as direct payment to the EMS services as opposed to the patients, which has a better chance of moving forward this year than the past. And then also the idea of a statewide standard fee schedule, which will be a little bit helpful in offsetting some of the cost of that operation. So those things are ongoing. We're paying attention to that as well. Otherwise, there's a number of other good programs, and I think some good ideas. We came back from that. And then finally, a big congratulations and happy birthday to my mother on Friday. She will be 96.
All right.
All right.
We'll do
Bless
that.
her.
Yeah, she texted me this morning that she is looking forward to fish sandwiches out as well as Sunday. So it's actually a long portion to do that. I'm very lucky that she's great, so
you are.
great shape to do that too. So way to go, Mom. Thank you. That's
Great.
all.
Thank you, Mr. Poach. Mr. Stevenson?
I just have one item. Jared, if you could pull that up, I'd appreciate it.
What's the egg you? Saturday.
Easter egg.
Updates for April 25th Parks and Rec.
My mother's birthday.
Due to forecasted weather, our annual egg hunt was scheduled to be at the municipal park, and the temperatures aren't real conducive for kids running around picking up eggs
Do it
if
fast.
it snows or the ground's frozen. So, with that being said, we are moving it to the Monroeville Convention Center on this coming Saturday, April 12th. The doors will open at 10 a.m. Hunts will begin promptly at 10:10. Hunts will still be separated by ages, and the Easter Bunny will make an appearance, and prizes will be distributed. Thank you, that's all I have, Mayor.
Just a little note on this for anyone who might be wondering, there was a cancellation this weekend at the convention center, and it just was a fluke that it worked out.
Right.
We had a show scheduled, and they backed out and pulled out, and while there'll be parts of the building for the next week's shows, there was available space, and we were able to work with staff and others to have this. So our staff isn't working there to do all the eggs, they're kind of helping us to do it there in the building. But please get the word out, because I'm sure some people are going to show up on Saturday at Municipal Park.
Well, there's a baseball tournament at the community park, so there'll be baseball games going on, so this actually works out as well.
Karen has one, have him go that way.
Very good. Anything else, Mr. Stevenson?
No, that's all, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Crett?
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. Adams?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Mr. Williams?
Well, as you've seen, the Heritage Community Initiative buses running around Monroeville, they do service some of our elderly people, and I think the bus ride's a quarter. They're pretty cheap anyways. So I'm proposing and make a motion that we send them $100 again this year.
Did we do it last year?
We did it
Yeah, we
last
did
year.
donate.
I'll second.
Second amendment, yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, the motion is second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Very good.
Okay. Another thing, I want to wish everybody a happy Easter, and Paul, I missed your Easter tie this week.
You did.
It was nice last week. So,
Well, he'll have it on tomorrow, he gets.
yeah, so happy Easter to all the residents, and eat a lot of chocolate bunny ears. It's good for you. Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Ham and pasta.
Mr. Biondo?
Yeah, Jared, can you do the 4th of July? So we have a 4th of July logo contest winner. This year's theme was Unity in the Community, and this is the winner this year. It was Alyssa Castelli, senior from Gateway High School. In the future here, in the next week or month or so, maybe a little later, I believe Jared will be doing a Monroeville TV interview with Ms. Castelli, just kind of similar to the one we had last year, where she'll explain the design, how she got the idea. It's pretty cool. And just a little plug for Monroeville TV. It is on YouTube. Monroeville TV has all of our meetings, the zoning hearing board meetings, the planning commission meetings, what's it called this month?
Monroeville at your service.
Monroeville at your service, the monthly managers talk, and it's really nice. I actually watch all of those on YouTube. Also, the election is coming up. The election day is May 20th. They will be having drop box again at the, it's a ballot return site at Boyce Park, and that'll be on May 16th through the 19th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then the last thing I wanted to bring up was, there is a new restaurant in town. It is right by one of the places we approved, right next to Charlie's. It is called Happy's Eatery. It's similar to the places that have been there in the past with pizza, but this one I think has a little bit more of an extensive menu with sandwiches and appetizers and desserts as well. And that's all I have today. Actually, I do have one more thing. Eric, I don't think he said this, but he did have have a presentation at ALOM this last weekend, and I think he did a great job. It was very well attended and put together presentation. So congratulations, Eric, nice job.
Appreciate it, thank you.
That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Biondo, and I'll echo that. Mr. Poach, great job this weekend on that presentation. And then, Mr. Biondo, you mentioned about the drop boxes. Do we know when mail-in ballots?
So the mail-in ballots will probably come out the end of the month. I don't think they've set an actual date yet, but my guess would be the end of the month or early May.
Okay. Very good. And then I have one announcement. We have our upcoming annual Jack Sedlak Memorial Cleanup Day.
Oh, yeah.
It's our 30th annual cleanup day. It's Saturday, April 26th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. You can come and beautify your neighborhood, park, school, house of worship, or roadway. Tired of litter-strewn streets? Do you want a cleaner community in which to live, work, and play? How can you help? Join the Municipality of Monroeville, your neighbors, family, and friends for Cleanup Day. Select a roadway, a park, or neighborhood, and wage your own war on litter. There's a QR code on the screen. You can also contact the Monroeville Parks and Recreation Department. We supply the gloves, the bags, vests, and we do, Mr. Sedlak does an incredible job every year in memory of his father who started this 30 years ago. It's really a great event. We pick up a lot of garbage throughout the community, and we have a great picnic afterwards, tons of prizes, great sponsorships, a lot of involvement for this event. So please come out and give us a hand. We always like to have people come out that day, but also too, nothing says you can't clean up the day before or 2 days before if it's better for your schedule. Just pick an area and clean it up. So our annual Jack Sedlak Memorial Cleanup Day, Saturday, April 26th.
Mayor, great hot dogs, by the way.
Always. Food's always, Mr. Adams, are you cooking this month? Are you cooking for cleanup day?
Will be, God willing.
And Mr. Adams does clean up Rosecrest on a regular basis. A lot of people throughout the year, Joe has a kind of a cadre of people who are loyalists throughout the year who do clean up. So you can do that at any time, but be safe, be careful, because sometimes it's dangerous work alongside the road. But thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Great. Yeah, great event, and thanks so much. But with that, I'd like to seek a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you and good night.